Welcome to Rock Your Talk. I'm Leisa Reid, host of Rock Your Talk and founder of Get Speaking Gigs Now. Super excited to hear from our guest today because she's got some tips about entrepreneurial success. I'm an entrepreneur. You're probably an entrepreneur, so I'm very excited. Cathy Alessandro, welcome. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
That's right. I can't wait to hear more. Before we get started, I want to make sure our listeners, if you have not already gotten your 5 top tips to get more speaking gigs, go ahead and grab that. You can get it on GetSpeakingGigsNow.com. And that's a free gift for you. And let me know what you think. Also, if you get a chance, subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure and subscribe to the channel so that you get to hear more expert tips all the time. We've got them coming all the time. It's so cool. All right. So that's our announcements. I wanted to make sure and let you have that information before we got started. But Cathy and I met each other 3 or 4 years ago. She's an amazing woman and she is a business coach. She helps entrepreneurs literally skyrocket their business. And she's here to share with us some entrepreneurial success tips. But first, Cathy, tell the audience a little bit about you.
Absolutely. Thank you. So I'm Cathy Alessandro, also known as the Yes, I Can coach. So
yes, I can.
Yes, I can. And yes, you can, right? About 5 or 6 years ago, had gone through, I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, owned a couple of magazines, published them for one of them for 20 years and sold them in 2015 to fully step into life and business coaching. And that's when I took on the title, Yes, I Can, when I had gone through some challenges in my own life and, just had that aha moment. Actually, it was a lady in a blinged out t-shirt that said, "One woman can." And I'm like, heck yeah, one woman can. Yes, I can. And that's how the Yes, I Can coach was born. So anyway, I do coaching now. And we also have our new magazine, Yes, I Can Living. So we've got lots of articles and everything over there. So back to my publisher roots, but still in the coaching arena. So excited to be doing both and very excited to be here with you sharing today.
I love how you incorporated not just the challenges that you've had in your life and how you've overcome them into who you serve, but also your expertise in the magazine industry and all that knowledge, because that's, I certainly don't know how to create a magazine or anything about that. So I love that you've really taken this expertise that you've had in the past and brought it to the forefront and showing it also, like, I'm assuming catapults other people too. So you're always like, I'm reading between the lines here, but your really intention is to help other people do better, right?
And absolutely do better, be a better entrepreneur, share their brilliance, really.
Yes, we're so on the same path.
Yeah, right? On that note, we accept guest articles on the magazine for our online magazine. And so, if somebody is listening that has an area of expertise, please reach out. I am all about collaboration and supporting other entrepreneurs in their success.
That reminds me, I need to submit my article. So checklist item number 1.
Right? Little nudge.
I know you have some, thank you. I know you have some tips for us for entrepreneur success. What's your first tip?
I do. So my first tip is mindset. Mindset is absolutely the first most critical piece. And it's my number 1 tip, but it's also the first thing we got to start with, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely the first thing we have to start with. Mindset is critical in everything we do, whether it is, how we start the day and get going in our personal life to how we step into our business each day. Truly, we can let the day run us or we can run the day. And so mindset is a critical piece. And what I really suggest to you, as well as my clients and followers, is really establishing those routines and rituals that are going to get you in that right space, that right headspace to start your day each day. There's so much going on in the world right now, and it's important to, be grounded, to be centered, and to be ready to kind of move into the day. And I find, and I bet you do too, Leisa, that, if we come from that place to begin with, that things just go smoother during the day. And when things do come up, we're able to navigate them a little easier than if we're just, hitting the ground running and, from the get-go, right? So, whether that's time in the morning for yoga, meditation, prayer, whether it's taking a walk, whether it's journaling, even if you've got kids, I encourage you to get up, 15, 20 minutes earlier before the rest of the house gets up, and create that routine and ritual for you, whatever that is that's going to fill you up, and it's going to give you that sense of peace, and it's going to get your mindset in the right direction. It might include affirmations, books. There's so many different ways to do it, but it's a critical piece. It really,
you can like feed your soul, right? It's like and it's funny because one time somebody asked me like, oh, so should I meditate or journal? And that's what I should do. I said, gosh, I don't know. I don't know what's going to be best for you. It's kind of like the system that you do is probably the best one. You can have a bunch of ideas and don't do anything.
Right. I've got clients and friends. I'm not a journaler. I'm like, that's fine. You don't need to journal. I mean,
yeah,
that's what works for me. But what works for you? What's going to have you in that place of calm, so that you really feel that you can walk into the day empowered and ready, and stay stable to move forward with all the tasks. I mean, we all have to-do lists that are long, and and if we have that focus, one of the things in my ritual in the morning even is to take a quick look at my calendar. What do I have? What needs to get done? What's that one thing that needs to get done, so that I can end the day and really feel like, I've been successful. I've reached my goal, and I haven't been in that place of harried, frenzied chaos.
Right. Yeah, and I think it might that's such a huge topic, of course, but we could talk forever about that. And I've noticed, as I've done a lot of work on it over the years, that sometimes it's catching a thought, which I know that's maybe a little bit more advanced. So for those of you listening who've done a lot of work on your mindset, you totally get what I'm saying. But like that catching a thought that can happen and creep up on you anytime during the day. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I don't feel like doing this, or I don't want it, whatever that little voice is saying inside of you. And I'll be like, oh, I heard myself say that. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, what else is true? And what do I want to do about that? And instead of letting it keep going, I can listen to it, acknowledge it, and then decide to change it. And that's just a quick power move. It doesn't take any extra time. Like you're already thinking anyway.
Exactly. It's flipping the switch. It really is flipping the switch when we start to hear those things bubbling,
Yeah.
So anyway, tip number 2 is money. Topic that we love to talk about.
Yes.
Yet sometimes we hate to talk about, right? But it's one of those things that's going to help you be a successful entrepreneur or not, is knowing your numbers. From the bottom line up until the finish line, where your goal line is, right? It's so critically important to know those numbers, to empower yourself with those numbers, so that you can make informed decisions in all aspects of your life and business. So what do I mean by this? So we need to be looking at our numbers, both personally and in our businesses, on a regular, consistent basis. If you're not able to keep up with your bookkeeping and all of that, and you need somebody else to do it, bring them in by all means. It is worth it. That is not my area of brilliance. I have somebody do that, but I'm looking at my numbers at least once a month, if not more frequently, to see, where are things coming in, where are things going out, what do I need to shift, what's working, is the return on time, the return on investment, all of those things, but knowing exactly where I stand in my business, because it empowers me to be able to make decisions, and I'm fairly quick at making decisions, a quick yes or no, whether that's the thing I want to step into, or no, this isn't the right time for me, or it's not the right fit, or it's not the right investment, right? But I don't know that if I'm not willing to step into it. That may mean also having a budget. And I know that scares a lot of people, and people don't really like that idea. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Right? We had an article on the website about budgets, and you can't believe the pushback I got from that. But here's the thing, right? I know, exactly. Money can scare people. We all want to make lots of it. I get it. I'm right there with you. But it also scares people in the sense that they're not sure they're going to make enough. They're not sure where to spend it. They're not sure, how to read their numbers. You know what? Spend a few minutes with a bookkeeper or an accountant. Understand what the numbers mean to you. Look and see where things are going in and out. A perfect example of this, my previous magazines, when I was looking at the numbers and I was losing some money somewhere, and I thought it was in one area of my business. But when I really pulled it apart, I realized the area I thought I was losing money, I was making money.
Oh, wow. That's so
And I was
powerful.
losing it in some place completely different. And so it's important to just really to know the numbers, to understand them, to empower yourself with them. And it's not just your business, it's your personal life too, right? Understanding that, you can or cannot have that extra latte today or not, right? And being confident in that, really being confident in that, and owning your worth. Owning
Yeah,
your
I
worth.
think it's also, I mean, I hear you. I think hiring a bookkeeper is one of the best business decisions a person can make, unless you literally are a bookkeeper and you really love that kind of thing. You just shouldn't be doing it. And I read this really good book. Have you read Profit First?
Yes, highly recommend
I
it.
Today, this is 25th for those of you Profit First fans, and so today I did my Profit First. It was awesome. I've been doing it maybe, well, over a year now, and it is a lifesaver for me. I love it. It's like when people say, "What's your favorite business book?" That's like my new favorite business book. Who knew I would have a favorite business book about money and profit and bookkeeping? You know what I mean? Like doesn't seem like a very exciting topic, but it's really good. So I think that can help support the people that you're supporting too, because it just takes all the complication out of it. Honestly, it takes all the complication out of it, and then you have
Absolutely.
something to show for it. So if you're listening to this and you don't have a profit showing for your business, like you may have made money but you spent it all already, that means you don't have a profit.
Right.
So so that's another tip. But I love what you said about budgeting too, because it's almost like a diet. Like you're like, oh, I'm gonna get restricted, or I can't do this, and then I won't be able to do what I want. Whatever. We have all these issues, right? But it's kind of like being intentional. Like at the
Yeah.
end of the year, I always think, what do I want in my business next year? Like, what are my next like wish list things? Like, what do I want to scale? What do I want to build? What kind of support do I want to bring in? Or little gadgets do I want to buy? Whatever. And if I don't say that or like state that, maybe I have the money for it, maybe I don't, whatever. But it gives me a goal to work towards, and it also allows it to show up. Then all of a sudden, so it's kind of like the strategy magic. Like then all of a sudden, the things start showing up. The support shows up. The referrals show up. Whatever
That's
shows
it.
up.
That's it.
Instead
I
of
think,
kind of being like swayed by like, oh, I'll buy this, I'll buy that, I'll buy whatever people are selling me, and you're like, that was not in your plan. Wasn't in your plan
well,
that year.
and I think, yeah, and I think another piece of this too, which I'll just touch on quickly, I go into depth in other programs, but it's, by knowing your numbers and by having that budget, right? You also need to be, when you're looking at the products and services or programs, whatever it is you're selling then, right? Then you are able to really fiscally be responsible about what, and think and plan out, what do I need to be selling? What do I need to be marketing? What's working and not? You know that by looking at your numbers, right?
Yes.
And then it just makes well, we go further into this, but the idea of owning your worth, charging your worth, charging your value, right? And when you start to look at the numbers and what you're making, what you're doing, and what you're putting into your business, it just gives you that much more confidence to step into, yeah, you know what? I am worth that. And that's exactly what I'm going to charge. And I'm going to get this money story out of my head because this is what I'm doing. Right. So it's all part of a bigger plan, but it's the first step when it comes to the money piece for sure.
You got it. I love that. That's so good. All right.
Yep.
What's your last tip, my friend?
Last one is marketing. Marketing. If you got a business, you gotta market. Somebody said, well, I don't like sales. I'm like, well, you know what? If you're in business for yourself, you are in sales.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
But marketing is a key place for this. And there's multiple platforms that you can play on. And I know a lot of people get totally overwhelmed when it comes to marketing. Then they just start throwing the spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks and what doesn't, right? And so I talk a lot about different strategies and different formulas and different platforms. And I believe there are a minimum of 8 platforms that you need to be considering that you're playing on. And whether you're not already, I'm not saying go start them all tomorrow or cause any more overwhelm. No, I'm saying look at that big plan and work something in. But everything from, having a web presence, having a website of some sort, right? Even if it's a sales page or a landing page, the email marketing or direct mail marketing, but email marketing, people are opening emails and it's just, there's a strategy behind it, but having a presence in an email inbox. Social media is absolutely a place that we need to be playing, But you need to figure out where your ideal customer and client is playing. What platform are they using? Is it Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest or LinkedIn or TikTok or what's the new one? Oh my gosh.
Clubhouse.
Yes, Clubhouse, right?
Yeah.
Where are they playing? And that's where you need to be, right? You need to be engaging. And it is all about engagement and building relationships. Video. YouTube is the second largest search engine there is. So congratulations, Leisa, you know, having this on YouTube, right? People are on YouTube, they're looking, they're searching, and you need to be playing on video. So get comfortable being uncomfortable on camera.
Yes.
Just a way you got to do it. Getting out and speaking. We can't do that in person right now, but we can certainly do it on video, and in person we'll be back soon. So, you know, think about where you can be speaking, set some goals to get out and share your brilliance with the world. Networking is critical, right? And again, while we can't be doing it in person right now, there's so many groups that you can make connections with. In fact, Leisa, that's how we first met, I think, was with eWomen Network,
Yep.
which is, you know, a global organization. You've got BNI, you've got Yes, I Can Women, you know, all these places that right now the meetings are virtual. So you can really visit across the world and meet a lot of fabulous people. Referrals and affiliate marketing, you know, are other ways as well. You know, asking your clients that are bragging about you and telling you, you know, just can't be happier, asking for a referral, asking for a testimonial. And then some of those same people may be willing to do some affiliate marketing for you, or power partner with some people, some influencers who may be willing to share your information in the affiliate realm. So I just gave those 7 or 8 like super quick.
Oh, that's so
I'm happy.
powerful. That's so good.
But those are important places to really be thinking about. And like I said, if you're not on all of them right now, don't panic. There's time. Just, you know, put it into your strategic plan for the new year, and you've got time to implement some of those things.
Well, it's so funny because when you said that you have to have these 7, I was like, oh my gosh, do I, you know, of course I'm like, did I do that right? And then when I heard yours, like, yes, and I'm like, check, yeah, I did that. Yes, okay, cool. So I'm like, but
Right.
to your point, I didn't start with all of that because it can be super overwhelming. In fact, I didn't start sending regular emails until about a year ago because I was writing content for programs and launching things. And I mean, you only have the hours that you have, or, you know, I mean, it depends if you're doing it yourself or you have a team. But so I do have a lot of empathy and compassion that, like, it can be overwhelming to do all these things. But if you're consistent, like you said, you have a plan, and probably helps if you're working with someone like you to say, like, okay, well, this is our first priority then. Like, we're going to start here, and then we'll roll you into these other pieces.
Next steps. Yeah. I mean, it's really all about creating a strategic plan. I mean, it really is. You've really got to look at the big picture for your business, take that bird's eye view, and really look at where you want to be going and what you need to be implementing into it, and creating that strategic plan, you know, and then just working it a little bit every single day.
A little bit every day.
You know,
I love
starting
that.
with your mindset, you know, looking at the money and then putting those marketing pieces into place.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. I was going to ask you something else that doesn't have anything to do with marketing.
Okay. Go for it. I'm in your book.
Well, the show's called Rock Your Talk. So I usually ask, our closing question is, who's your favorite rock singer or rock group?
Oh my goodness. You know, I'm really more of a country gal. I mean, I love my country.
Show's over. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, what?
The show's over. I'm just kidding. I'm teasing you.
Well, we were talking about Queen this weekend, Rush when I was a young child. But, you know, a funny, real quick story. When I was a teenager, I played in a rock band.
What? Is that where I recognize you?
That's a little known secret, not a big, I mean, little local, but yeah, it's a little known secret that, I played piano and keyboards. Yeah, I was in a rock band.
You were in a rock band? That's so cool. Check that out. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, super fun. My younger days.
See, I played the clarinet. Not a lot of rock band opportunities, but you know, I would have been the lead singer. I just don't sing very well. I mean, I'm really good in the car, but that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for sharing all your stuff. Oh, wait, I think you have a giveaway for our listeners.
Yes, I do. I would love to give you a free copy of the Yes, I Can Living magazine, which is got all things life, love, health, wealth, and business for the women entrepreneur. Yeah, lots of great articles. There's the website, yesicanliving.com. And if you hit /subscribe, it'll give you the button and you can choose either the digital edition or the print edition. We'll actually mail you a printed copy. So I would love to gift that to your listeners.
Oh my gosh. How fun would it be to get a printed magazine? I haven't seen one in a long time. That's so exciting.
Right?
That's really, really cool. Thank you for that gift. Okay, so it's yesican.com
Yes,
/subscribe.
yes, I can living.com /subscribe. Yep.
All right. So you heard it first here. Yesicanliving.com /subscribe. Get your free copy, however you like it, delivered online or
digital or print. We got them
very,
both.
very cool. Thank you, Cathy. Thank you for being on our show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been a bunch of fun.
I know. We had a great time learning and listening and laughing all at the same time. So for those of you listening, make sure to subscribe so that you always hear the other tips that we have. We have so many great industry experts like Cathy. And if you have not already done so, be kind to yourself and be kind to somebody else today. And we'll see you next time.